Hello, everyone. Welcome to EVTN News. And believe it or not, I actually do things in real life, and so that's why I'm dressed like I am. I got dirt on my head and my face, and so, well, from a mower, so I'm, uh, yeah, yeah, dressed the way I am. But let's get started. So the drama continues with Lifesite News. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to end anytime soon, but this will probably be about it for the drama for at least a little while. I could be wrong, but I have several news stories about LifeSite News, which is, I don't know, kind of funny. But anyway, let's get started. On July 16th, Christine Harrington, an enemy of John Henry Westen, published what seemed to be an authentic recording of the July 2nd LifeSite News board meeting at which he was kicked out. During the meeting, Patrick Fabian, Director of Administration and Controller for nearly 4 years, read out a prepared statement about the alleged fraudulent behavior of Westen. Fabian accused Westen of charity fraud, soliciting funds from donors under false pretenses, unlawful employment, conflicts of interest, and nepotism, among other things. Another accusation by Fabian. He said, I am aware of several instances of John Henry soliciting funds from major donors for dedicated projects where the cost has been grossly exaggerated to elicit a much higher gift from the donor in question. There is no other definition for this than misrepresentation and fraud. I remember one specific instance where the costs were perhaps $10,000 at most, but it was decided to approach the donor for $80,000. So that's pretty bad. Okay, if that's true, I I don't know. Wouldn't doubt it. And again, there's multiple reasons why people were saying Westen was fired. So, but hold your thought. Christine Harrington. Also, there's also information in the video. Early in the meeting, Westen described how he had received a text from Bishop Joseph Strickland, who is neither a board member nor an employee of Lifesite, telling him, "You're not fit for leadership." That's kind of strange. According to Westen, he then met with Strickland in person, hoping to discuss the matter. He went on to describe what happened instead. Strickland presented some of the survey and handed me an already written letter saying that I resigned from both the board position and any leadership at Lifesite, and that I could retain it, or that I could retain a job with Lifesite. I didn't know under what authority the letter was written or who wrote it. In defense of Bishop Strickland, who was present during this part of the meeting via conference call, pushed back on Westen, saying, "John Henry, you can't lay this off on me." Which is so. So is Bishop Strickland? Is he a member of the board or not? Like, he's not a member, but why is he present on these calls? And then the real issues that gave rise to Westen's removal were revealed most plainly in testimony given by Ann Like, who has been with Lifesite for 4 years, the last 13 months of which serving as director of advertising and production, a position that also exercised oversight over the outlet's marketing efforts. The marketing department that she inherited was, according to Like, very fractured, confused, and frustrated. In addition to complaints from the staff about John Henry's management style, she revealed, "Other complaints that I received was that it seemed like Pope bashing was all John Henry cared about." Ann Like provided a snapshot of just how repulsive the fragrance of sedevacantism is in such places as Lifesite. In her testimony to the board, she said, "I need to also mention one of the troubling topics that was discussed at this last meeting, the fact that we have approximately 5 sedevacantists on staff in key editorial positions." another, yeah, another concern. What I witnessed at this meeting has been bothering me for over a month now. So, this woman, who's not even Catholic apparently, but she's on the board of Lifesite, is concerned about sedevacantists on the staff. And how does she know that? It's really strange. It's almost like a witch hunt. In the presence of Bishop Strickland, Deacon Keith Fornier asked John Henry if he knew who the sedevacantists on staff were, and John Henry clearly responded no. This was a blatant lie, and everyone in the room knew it. This was an embarrassment to watch. This is commentary from someone. Oh, Anne. She said, "Can you imagine the harm that would come to Lifesite if this news became public? If our enemies or if donors discover that our CEO has been knowingly employing these people for years and doesn't see a problem with it?" Okay. What about modernist heretics? Can they be employed? And that's okay? And then this woman's apparently not even Catholic. But it also shows, so Deacon Keith was very close to Strickland. He actually moved to Tyler, Texas, because Strickland was there, and then Strickland got removed, and now I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's still in Tyler or if he moved again to be close to another bishop. But our Strickland and Deacon Keith is Deacon Keith on staff because for close access to Strickland, so the Lifesite has close access to Strickland because Strickland seems to be very much a reader of Lifesite news, and he definitely comments. He posts some articles occasionally on Lifesite news, and so I don't know. That connection is going to be interesting to watch. But are they going to like normie, no sort of conservative content? I don't know. And then the Lifesite News Board of Directors voted to restore John Henry Westen to his former position just a few days ago. John Henry Westen has been recognized by the board as president and CEO of Lifesite News, subject to administrative review and investigation. And they had quite a few comments on that article as opposed to any of their other articles, which don't always receive a lot of traction. But this one, a lot of people were definitely sharing their opinions. So I guess I spent all that time talking about Lifesite, and we'll see what comes of it. I would imagine, so I believe John Henry claimed that his firing was against the board's policies and procedures, or at least it violated their bylaws or something to that effect. And that's just what it is. Okay. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't necessarily expect John Henry to stay with Lifesite for very much longer, but at least he'll be able to change the password for his Twitter account now that he was supposedly locked out of, and um, and then we'll see what happens with that. Okay, San Diego Auxiliary Bishop Ramon Bejarano presided over a so-called All Are Welcome Mass celebrating LMNOPs. This is in San Diego. So McElroy has left the state and left the region, went to the other side, went to the other coast, but his legacy still remains in San Diego, so that's pretty problematic. Okay. Tensions have arisen over the decision of Bishop Francois Durand of Valence in the southeast region of France to close the long-standing apostolate of the FSSP, Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter. The apostolate was founded in September 1988, so it's been around for quite a while. The diocese justified the crackdown by claiming repeated disregard for diocesan guidance. However, the key point of contention has just been the FSSP's refusal to concelebrate the Chrism Mass and the Novus Ordo. They're coming for your FSSP Masses. On May 15th, Bishop Durand had announced that all celebration of Sunday Mass and the Latin Rite would be entrusted to diocesan clergy. All other sacraments would be abolished. One priest from the FSSP may continue to celebrate Mass once a week in a different place. The second letter, dated May 23rd, Bishop Durand had criticized pastoral initiatives of the FSSP lacking diocesan orientations. I don't know what that means. So pretty cringe. But yeah, they're coming for your FSSP Mass. So don't let the bishops shut down your FSSP Mass because they refuse to concelebrate the Chrism Mass. But they do. That's what they do, is they refuse to concelebrate it, and rightly so. You know, this is a possibility. Now, Institute of Christ the King was shut down in Chicago, as you know, a few years ago. So that's always something that's hanging over people's heads as well. It's not just diocesan masses that are getting crushed, although that's the bulk of what's getting crushed. But this is really sad to see and pathetic on the part of bishops, and they will be judged for it. And that's that. But yeah, so the people, because the bishop shut down the FSSP parish, now they have no old rite sacraments. So thanks to the rigid bishop, that's where we're at. Unfortunately, the SSPX has a nice presence in France. All right, this has been EVTN News. It's a nice day, so I'm probably going to go take a walk. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. We are the laity. We will not be silent.